Ciao ragazzi, it's the Speedy Guidy. I just left Car Week, and I want to talk about it because it is the premier car show of the entire world. Guys, I have been going my entire life. I first got into cars via the concourse. Like, I love it. I've been going for about 15 years now. I'm fortunate enough to have been going my entire life, so I always have a place to stay, and it's just a magical time. If you go, you know. If you don't go, or if you haven't been, you need to go immediately. Go next year. Book your tickets now. Book everything now. Do it, because it is fantastic. Now in this video, guys, I want to talk about, one, I want to do a recap of the whole weekend, of what cars I saw, what was amazing, and what car shows I recommend going to after all this time. And then I want to talk about something very serious. I'm actually going to start off with that because, guys, like I said, I've been going to Carmel my entire life. Pebble Beach is basically a second home to me. And to see people do what they do in the little town of Carmel by the Sea is not okay. All right, this is absolutely serious. There was a post by a fellow car photographer called Nathan Loves Bacon. Hope you're watching this. And he wrote a little blurb for Instagram, and it was absolutely true. I'm going to basically paraphrase it, and he said, don't ruin Car Week for us if you're a hooner, a guy with a twin turbocharged Huracan or super loud Mustang or whatever. Like, we don't want you there, because those aren't the kind of people that are welcomed in Carmel. The town of Carmel is so quaint and beautiful. I know so many people that live there, and they live there solely because it is a tiny, small town filled with great people. And then you just pump in thousands of people who love cars, and it gets a little complicated. Add to that people who have huge egos and want to do donuts in the middle of the streets, and then you get a disaster. And those are the people that are going to ruin Car Week for us. Seriously. That's why I've been calling it Carchella this whole time. I hate Coachella. I've never gone, I never will. And I'm calling it Carchella because Car Week's becoming this whole thing where it's like YouTubers and this and that and da-da-da, like, none of that matters. And it's kind of become a douchebag land of like people doing this stupid stuff, and you know, it's like you're losing the real reason why people started Car Week, and that's to appreciate cars and talk to amazing people about these cars, and you know, to share experiences. It's not about donuts and who has the biggest dick and like driving around and, you know, who has the loudest car. None of that's important. It's so stupid. And I think a lot of these people come from LA, and I'm sorry to say that because I live in LA now, and I hate seeing those people come to Carmel and ruin it. But if you go to Carmel, if you go to Car Week in the future, and you see people do that, just tell them, like, guys, what are you doing? I was walking down the street on Ocean Avenue, and a guy from stop sign to stop sign, probably 100 feet, in a blacked out Lamborghini Huracan, floored it. Broke really fast. Just probably went 100 miles an hour in that short span. And for what? That's extremely dangerous, first of all. That's irresponsible as hell. You could have killed somebody. Second of all, it's not like none of us have ever heard a Huracan at full chow, okay? If I want to see a Huracan go full speed, I'll watch a video about it. Or hell, I'll just go do it myself. I'll go get a Huracan, and I'll fucking do it myself. I don't need to watch some douchebag 18-year-old kid in a blacked out Huracan do it for me, okay? That's all I'll say about that. Just respect the people who are kind enough to have us in Carmel, and don't ruin it for the rest of us, because Car Week is the most magical week ever. I love it so much. I know everyone else does, and I don't want it to be ruined by a handful of asshole drivers, okay? Now with that, let's get on to a happier topic, because there are a huge number of shows you can go to in the week. Some of them cost you money, some of them are free, some of them are far, some of them are packed, So, which ones do I recommend that you go to? So, I generally get there around Thursday, kind of hang out, do my thing, check out cars, you know, do this thing. I generally have been staying away from Carmel by the Sea because of what's happened in the last 2 years. It's happened only in the last 2 years. Let me backtrack and say that. It's not been like this all the time. It's only happened in the last 2 years, from what I've noticed. So Friday, there's always the Quail. If you can get a ticket to the Quail, go. It is phenomenal. It is the best car show of all time. I went for the first time last year. After all this time, I don't know how, but I literally was brought to tears the first time. I was like, this is amazing. You walk in and Singer is to your right, Koenigsegg is to your left, the new Aston Martin Valhalla is to your other right. I was like, I was freaking out. It's amazing, and all the best people from the industry are there. All my favorite journalists, all the CEOs of these companies. It was amazing. I was literally talking face to face with Steven Winkelmann from Bugatti, asking him about the specs, about the Centodieci. I was like, how much horsepower does it have? What's the cost? What's what's the time to build it? How much does it do they already have allocations, everything? Like, I'm asking the CEO about that. That is amazing. That's such a beautiful thing. You can never do that anywhere. I don't care where you go. So go to Quail if you can. Number one, Quail. Second, so usually Friday is usually the day to do that. Second day generally has been the day where this new show, Exotics on Broadway, has been happening. In the past, it's been Exotics on Cannery Row. I did not go this year, and I'll tell you why. Because a lot of those shows are too packed. They're too packed and doesn't really lend itself to good photos and good, people talking and that kind of stuff. And I'm from LA, and all those cars that you see, those Koenigsegg's and those Pet Fred's car and all these other cars, I've seen those. I see those every weekend. Seriously, I see that. I don't need to go see the Koenigsegg Vader and the Thor. Those are old news. Those are car show cars, and I can see those all. I can see those all the time. So I don't want to get stuck in a bunch of traffic and maneuver through 30,000 people to take stupid photos. So I didn't do that. So Saturday, I mainly just either I should have gone to the Rolex races, the historic races, because that's actually awesome. I really regret not doing that. But instead, I went to the different auction houses. So Bonham's and Gooding & Co., which was awesome. They had a Vulcan there, they had F40s, they had LaFerrari, they had 3 275 short noses. It was insane. Those are so cool to go to. And you see those kind of places attract great car people because they actually appreciate what they're looking at. And people you saw, I was seeing a guy sitting inside an F50 because he wanted to buy it. That's such a cool thing. This guy's buying a brand new F50 that has no miles on it. I'm watching it all happen. It's so cool. So I'd highly recommend going to any of the auction houses because they're always fun. This is the point where I'm going to tell you that when I was a kid back in the day, I used to use my fake ID. Sorry, Mom. And I used to test drive all the cars they used to have back in the day. Now they've stopped doing that because of people like me. I used to rent the Jaguars back in the day and we used to do test drives on Spanish Bay, and I would just drive so damn fast. And I know I realize I'm saying this now, I'm telling you guys not to do this in Cromwell by the Sea, but it's kind of two different places. Spanish Bay was kind of more deserted. I just was hauling ass, and I was a stupid young kid. But I've learned my ways. But that's what I used to do on Saturdays. But this year, I did all of the auctions and all that kind of stuff, and it was super fun. So I highly recommend doing that. And obviously Sunday is the Concours d'Elegance. Now, I've been going that my entire life, every single time. And it was until last year that I went to Dawn Patrol for the first time. If you don't know what Dawn Patrol is, it's basically the moment where they bring all the cars out onto the lawn for the concourse in the morning. The cars that actually run, they actually drive them on at about 6 in the morning when the sun rises. The ones that aren't able to be driven are pushed out there the night before. So I never knew about this. My really good buddy was like, dude, you got to do this. I can't believe you haven't done this. I was like, okay, I'll do it. So there you are, waking up at 5 a.m. in the morning, dark, and you watch these cars roll in, and it's all these Haggerty people and all these other, again, amazing car people who just enjoy the car culture and know cars and have tons of knowledge about the car world are all there. After all, they did wake up at 4 a.m., 5 a.m. to see these cars. They have the will to see this. They're not just dumbass kids. So that is a must do. You must do Dawn Patrol. You must. Whatever you can do. Wake up, set 10 alarms. Wake up, do it. Drink a bunch of coffee. They have coffee and donuts there. Haggerty provides it, and it's so great. Video to that will be at the end of this video. There's a link. Just click it, watch it. I don't care. And then after that is the best moment, because after most of Dawn Patrol, around 7 o'clock, I walk into the concept lawn and there's nobody there. That's how I got all my videos done. I literally go into the middle of the putting green, the concept lawn, and I can talk about any cars I want. There's nobody there to check my passes. I don't have media passes. I don't have enough followers for that kind of shit. So I can get all the photos I want. There's nobody around. And it looks like I have unlimited access, and I don't. I just wake up early enough, and it's awesome. I probably shouldn't be telling you this because now the secret's out of the bag. Cat's out of the bag. But that is honestly my favorite moment, because I get these intimate moments with these cars, and I can see them and walk around them and poke around them and talk to these people about it who are there early in the morning, and it's so awesome. And then obviously during the day, Sunday, go walk around the concourse and do the thing, check out the Casa Ferrari and all that. This year they rolled out an FXXK Evo, and I was actually lucky enough to meet the man who owns it. It was awesome. I met a lot of Corsa Clienti this week. It was really great. People are really nice. You know, that sick Ferrari who blows on. I was like, amazing. But guys, Carchella must end. I'll keep calling it Carchella until it ends, but Car Week is a magnificent week. I cannot get over how happy I am that I went and that I go, and I'm fortunate enough to go every year. It's seriously a magical time. The cars you see are phenomenal. They're spectacular, fantastici, as you say in Italian, and I literally cannot wait till next year. Seriously, if you guys have any questions about Car Week, where to stay, what to do, or anything else, because I obviously that's the tip of the iceberg. There's Concorso Italiano, there's Legends of Autobahn, there's so many other things. There are tons of manufacturer parties you can go to. I went to the Lamborghini party one night, drank a bunch, and almost ran over a bunch of people in a car. Just kidding, didn't do that last part, but it's all so fun, and the people are so great, and I'll never stop going for as long as I live, unless something really bad happens in a family, in which case I'd probably still go anyways. But guys, thank you for watching. All the links to those videos I was talking about will be at the end over here. So make sure to check those out. E ci sentiamo dopo. Ciao ciao.